It's such a pleasure to be part of the Pleyel Ensemble. Since the ensemble's formation in 2011, Harvey and Heather have steered it in a consistently innovative and musically imaginative direction. All the concerts seem to generate an atmosphere in which the musicians and the audience communicate their enjoyment. The concerts at Didsbury, Alderley Edge and Chapel in the Frith are very special and have a loyal following. Sarah's fabulous cakes are an added attraction, and there's a real sense of the ensemble serving the community. Chamber music has been a major part of my life. I love the close, intuitive collaboration and the friendship that it brings. Composers often express their most profound thoughts in chamber music, and this intimate form of music making is arguably the most satisfying for the musicians. Although I now live in Oxfordshire, being in the Pleyel Ensemble has allowed me to reconnect with my Northern and Manchester roots. I come from Liverpool and started to play the clarinet when I was 12. From early on, I loved to listen to chamber music and was given a CD of the Schubert Octet for the School Music Prize. I used to wish that it would never end, not something that you feel when you're actually playing the piece. I won a scholarship to study at the old Royal Manchester College of Music and started at the college when I was just 16. I used to commute between Liverpool and Manchester Central stations, neither of them now stations. As I walked out in Manchester, the Midland Hotel loomed, black with soot. The walk down Oxford Road was equally black, and the Royal Manchester College of Music was down a dingy side street. It was an extraordinary building. You entered straight into the main hall, which looked rather like a swimming bath. The teaching rooms had thick doors with maroon bays tacked on for soundproofing. My harmony lessons and wind ensemble repertoire classes took place in a small, run-down terraced house in Ducie Grove. In spite of these primitive conditions, I loved my time at the college. I had some wonderful teachers, notably in chamber music. Pianist Clifton Helliwell took a piano accompaniment class which I would attend for many hours. Flautist Geoffrey Gilbert took the wind repertoire class. He had been Beecham's flautist, and he insisted on great musical precision. I met many interesting students, including Harvey's parents, Helen and Edward. Edward led a fine string quartet. Helen was the leading pianist at the college. I still remember playing Brahms' E-flat sonata with her. She is a wonderful musician. Even more important, I met my future husband, David Richardson. He was doing a music degree at the university and the college. David, who was a trumpeter, left Manchester for a year at Cambridge University. He went to Bristol as a member of the newly formed BBC Training Orchestra. After this, he was appointed as a BBC producer in Manchester. We married in 1968 and lived in Heaton Moor. While I was at college, I had won a national competition for young woodwind soloists, and many solo opportunities followed. I threw myself into the musical life of Manchester. I played concertos with the BBC Northern Orchestra, broadcasting from the old Milton Hall studios in Deansgate and from the town hall. I often broadcast recitals with pianist Keith Swallow, and I played with the Ad Solem ensemble at the university. I was a regular extra with the Liverpool Phil and taught 1 day a week at Manchester Grammar School. Having studied singing as a joint first study at the college, I managed to fit in singing with the BBC Northern Singers under the inspiring direction of Stephen Wilkinson. All this changed when David left the BBC and we moved to London, where he became concerts manager of the Philharmonia. I've always followed David's career moves, taking the chance to find interesting opportunities for myself. I continued to build my solo and chamber music profile, memorably with the Lindsay String Quartet and with soprano Margaret Price. I played the saxophone with the London Sinfonietta, premiering music by Birtwistle and Berriot. We played Façade in a broadcast from St John Smith Square, which was conducted by Walton himself. We were engaged to play excerpts from Façade at No. 10 Dowling Street on the occasion of Walton's 75th birthday. Ted Heath threw a party with an amazing guest list of eminent people from the arts world. I remember anticipating meeting them. However, as in times gone by, the musicians entered by the back door and were shown up the back stairs. David's next move was to Scotland. He became chief executive of the Scottish National Orchestra. Here again I was lucky. The Scottish Chamber Orchestra was about to take off, and I became their principal clarinet for the next 8 years. Our next move took us to the USA for 2 years. David managed the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra, and I joined a chamber group, Fontana. It had a similar lineup to the Pleyel Ensemble and had been founded by Neil Sanders, formerly the horn player of the Melos Ensemble. The concerts took place in an old emporium near Kalamazoo. We made many lifelong friends, and I went back every summer for the next 18 years to play at the festival. On our return to England, we settled in Bournemouth, where David managed the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra. I had lost touch with my Manchester roots, but was offered a teaching appointment at the Royal Northern College of Music. I felt honoured to be teaching at the college where I had studied. It was a very long commute from Bournemouth to Manchester. However, I soon combined it with some playing. John Whibley offered me a concerto with the Manchester Camerata and also a concert playing in Mozart's Serenade for 13 wind instruments. I loved playing with the Camerata musicians and became the orchestra's principal clarinet. We formed the Camerata wind soloists. Lawrence Perkins, Lizzie Davis and Val Taylor were much-loved colleagues. Finally, my family got together in Manchester when David became chief executive of the Halle. We lived in Bowden, and our son Nicholas went to MGS, and our daughter Emily to St Anne's School in the Lake District. I became head of woodwind at Birmingham Conservatoire, driving up and down the M6 4 days a week. This was the start of the Bridgewater Hall. David was on the advisory group working on the project, and I played the Mozart concerto with the Camerata at the second of the opening concerts to a packed hall. After a couple of years, we moved to London. I was appointed head of woodwind at the Royal College of Music, and this new job was too busy to allow me to continue with the Manchester Camerata. Although we no longer lived in Manchester, it was at this time that I met Harvey, Heather and Jonathan. John Whibley was running his Holidays with Music, and we played concerts in France in Razigueur and Coucougnon. The music making was so enjoyable that these times were like a holiday for the musicians as well. In 2011, Harvey and Heather created the Pleyel Ensemble, and since then, Pleyel concerts have been some of the most musically satisfying of my career. The past year has been such an unexpected interruption to live music making. When the pandemic recedes, I think we will all, both players and listeners, return to our concerts with a new enthusiasm and an appreciation of the joy of live performance.